Hi friends, welcome to Chelsea Reads, where we get to live vicariously through other people's drama. Today we'll be exploring r/Am I the A? Am I the A for wearing an eclectic outfit to my friend's dinner party? I couldn't think of a better word to describe my outfit, and this is a way I've heard others describe my style before. I, 24, don't tend to dress in a way that most would consider quote-unquote normal. I essentially cosplay/dress up for my everyday outfits. It's normal for me to dress as a clown one day, a fairy the next, as a steampunk engineer, as a pirate, a fantasy knight with bits of chainmail, and so on. Some days I'm just in a t-shirt and jeans or my pajamas, but it's more common for me to be dressed up. My friends and family are all used to it. No one bats an eye when a moss-covered elf comes to lunch. I've been dressing like this for years, and everyone sees it as my normal. That being said, if someone wants me to dress in a more socially normal way for an event, or go hang out, I'm happy to obligate. I think OP meant oblige, but obligate, that's kind of a different way to say it. Certain things are/aren't appropriate for certain times/places, and I try to respect that and how it affects others. My friend Mindy, 24 female, threw a dinner party the other day. A week or so prior to it, I asked her if there was anything specific I should or shouldn't wear, and she told me no. I asked again 2 to 3 days before, and she told me no clown or pirate, and I said sure. The day of, I dressed in a Gibson-esque style dress with elf ears, a pocket watch, and some flowers and crystals as accessories. Honestly, a pretty standard outfit for me. I rolled in, and it was mostly people I knew, with some new faces as well. 3 of the new people made comments, most just glanced and carried on, and one asked for a picture, but I told him that probably wasn't very appropriate at Mindy's dinner, but if he took one outside as we were all leaving after dinner, I'd be fine with it. Mindy and I didn't talk much, but I figured she was just busy with dinner and socializing with others. The next day, I woke up to some seething texts from Mindy about my outfit and how rude I was. I called her because I was confused, and I mentioned that I didn't dress as a clown or pirate, so I didn't know what was wrong with my clothes, and asked if by pirate she had meant any historical piece. She yelled that she had meant I needed to dress normally, and it was obvious that was what she meant. Our friends were drug into this, and most are on my side, but a few of them have been telling me how horrible I am and calling me an attention-seeking B-word among other names. I didn't realize that's what she meant, and I thought she would have been more direct, but now I'm feeling like an A for ruining her dinner party, but I also don't know how much really was my fault. Am I the A for wearing an odd outfit to my friend's dinner party? And then OP adds a couple of clarifying edits. Edit, I am autistic. All of my friends, including Mindy, know this. She has always been very straightforward and specific in her requests over the past 8 years of friendship. Edit 2, this wasn't a special event. Mindy throws dinner parties for fun every few weeks. Unless she says a dress code, it's a free-for-all on how to dress. I always double check with her anyways. This is the first time in our friendship that something like this has happened. I'm not the only one in our friend group who dresses like this, just the one who does it the most. Having specific requests isn't new, and in the past has always meant that, unless stated, it's free game. I will ask more questions in the future. I do want to state it might feel obvious that she meant no costumes, but it didn't to me since it never has before when it comes to Mindy. She has specifically stated before that unless she asks for costumes to not be worn, we can wear them. She has said that if only certain costumes are stated to not be allowed, then we're free to wear any other ones, not just to me, but our whole friend group since I'm not the only one who dresses like this. Okay, so OP's 24 years old, you know? So I can definitely say that I was a lot more into cosplay and casual cosplay and stuff when I was a similar age, and probably older than that. I think it's always kind of fun to want to do some stuff like make everyday outfits a lot more fun, and it's definitely really brave of OP to go full on costume when they just want to like go out to the grocery store or go out to coffee with a friend or lunch or something like that. I think it's like you do you know, that's pretty fun. I definitely think that there are different events moments that are more appropriate to have certain outfits like that. And it sounds like OP understands that as well, since they asked several times to Mindy whether or not there was a specific dress code for this party. Since OP is autistic, that is definitely something to consider. And it made me wonder whether or not they were autistic or not when Mindy was like, oh yeah, no clown or pirate or whatever. And then OP was like, okay, yeah, specifically no clown or pirate, but that means I can totally be like this steampunk elf. When I can see how a lot of other people would kind of take that as specific examples to cite generically that no costumes or cosplay, period. But I can understand that, you know, a lot of times with people who are autistic, that they don't understand certain social cues that may seem totally normal to someone who's neurotypical. So that's definitely something to consider, and it sounds like that the friend group understands that as well. So I don't know. I would say this is tough because I don't necessarily think that OP is the A, but I don't think that Mindy is the A either for kind of being upset. It does seem like it's a little unusual that this was such a big deal. But a lot of people are giving OP advice in the comments about how to approach a situation like this in the future so that there's less confusion. And something OP acknowledges is like, I think you're right, I've gotten more comfortable with expecting them to be blunt with me. I've gotten many fantastic suggestions on more and better ways to ask in the future. I'm definitely going to do my best to avoid making this mistake again in the future, and thanks. Yeah, no A's here for me. Am I the A for telling my parents they're raising a brat? I, 15 female, have a sister, Bailey, 12 female. I love Bailey, but she doesn't have great ethics. A few months ago, I caught Bailey scamming other kids on Roblox for Robux when I had to borrow her laptop. I tried explaining this to my parents, but they said they didn't care about, quote, video game stuff. A few years ago, Bailey was doing one of those fundraiser things for school where if you get a certain amount of donations/purchases, you win prizes from a catalog. She lied to family members about being bullied to get more sympathy buys. She also lies a lot about minor things, kind of like that Legion guy from TikTok who went viral for being a pathological liar or a compulsive liar or whatever it's called. She's still popular in school because she's fashionable and pretty and all of that. At my middle school, where Bailey now goes, student elections were held in April for the next school year, and school gets out mid-May. Bailey ran for school president, and there were a total of 7 candidates. One of her opponents was a boy who's a 6th grader and on the basketball team. He's popular in the school, and Bailey was complaining about how it'd be hard to beat him. Earlier this week, Bailey came home and told us she won the election. This was fine until the school started investigating the results after a student came out and said that Bailey bribed her to vote for her. Well, it sounds like she'll make a great politician one day. In the school elections, students are allowed to hand out buttons or shirts but aren't allowed to use cash bribes. Bailey and her friends admitted to using cash bribes when asked, but said it wasn't that serious and said that the teachers were being, quote, too sensitive over this. She was disqualified, and the basketball boy will now be the school president as he came in second. Bailey doesn't see anything wrong with what she did. I was in the living room talking to my parents and her, and she was talking about the, quote, traitors who revealed what she did. When she left the living room, I asked Mom and Dad what they'd do to punish her, and they said that it's just a school election and it didn't matter. I said she was acting like a brat, and they started to get mad at me and said not to judge Bailey. I told them that they're raising a brat and need to accept it, and they told me that if I said that one more time, I'd be grounded, so I backed off. Bailey has since expressed no remorse and is even plotting a prank on the kids who, quote, exposed her. Am I the A? No, not at all, OP. Your parents sound grossly uninvolved in their children's lives, like they have absolutely no interest. I think the only mistake that you might have made is the fact that you didn't quite have the right words to express what you really meant. In the first part of your post, you said that she has very bad morals. She's not being a brat necessarily in that term, because that's almost like diminishing what she's doing. She's doing very immoral things. She's scamming people. She's breaking rules so casually. And it's because her parents don't seem to care. They don't seem to have any interest at all in her life. And they haven't set a good example of showing her the right way to do things and explaining why breaking the rules for an election is wrong and unfair, and why scamming people to get money is wrong, and why revenge is wrong. You know, like, they're not taking any interest. And so I would say your parents are definitely the A's in this situation. And it sounds like that your sister really needs counseling and therapy in order for her to understand why what she's doing is wrong, and just kind of get a tune-up on her moral alignment. But oh my goodness, no, definitely not the A. Your parents suck, dude. I'm really sorry about that. I know you're a girl, but also, like, I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. Hey. A nice millennial reference for you youngins out there. Okay, so here's top comment says, not the A, you're gonna have a hard time when y'all grow up and she starts getting into trouble, stealing, asking you for money. She will ruin your parents and they have no idea. Worst part is that it's their fault. Just try to separate yourself as soon as possible from her, or she'll drag you down with her. Oof. Yeah, and then your militant ignorance comments what I had said. The worst part is that she undoubtedly will go into politics. So Arthritic Owl adds, not the A, your parents are not raising a brat. They are raising a manipulative little monster who will end up behind bars when she scams or defrauds the wrong person and faces consequences for her actions. Parenthesis, I'm sure your parents will take her side, claim she's being unfairly maligned, and pay her legal bills then too. Yep. I don't know if there's a way that you can talk to your sister OP and try to help set her straight. I'm impressed that you have as good of a moral alignment as you do, considering the environment that you're being raised in and how your sisters turned out. So I definitely give good props to you. Keep that good head on your shoulders. Protect yourself emotionally and financially when you become of age. And yeah, just good luck out there. So that was r/Am I the A. Let me know what you guys think of today's stories down in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts and opinions and jokes and everything. That engagement helps the channel so much. Share this video with someone who you think might enjoy it. And yeah, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I hope that this brought a smile to your face, made you laugh, made you think. It's what I'm here for. And yeah, give this video a little like, subscribe if you haven't already. And as you go throughout your day, please remember to be kind to other people and especially be kind to yourself. Talk to you soon.